In broad daylight inside a Kroger bathroom, a woman was grabbed by the throat and forced into a stall. Nobody in the store was prepared for what happened after.
Did anyone call for police?
Yes.
Where's my victim?
She's in the bathroom.
Excuse me.
They got him.
They got him?
Was it you, hon? You okay?
Yes. I just want my pants to leave.
Okay. Just be clear. Can you stay right here? Did it happen in here? I need you over there.
Okay.
Okay, can you go out? Yeah, thank you. I need you to do me a favor. I know you want to put pants on right now, but I need people to come talk to you really quick. So, can you just hang tight for me? I know, honey, but it's part of a crime scene now, okay? So I don't want to touch anything because I don't want to contaminate anything just in case there's DNA, okay? Just stay right here, stay where you're at, and then I'll have to text over here, okay?
I'm just...
I know.
You said you had marks on your legs? You said you had marks on your legs?
I have marks on, like, help.
Okay. You don't have to pull it up.
Nonsense. And, of course, he broke my glasses and pulled me by my knee.
All right, so what happened?
I was up here bagging, and another associate, she was on her way out the door, and she stopped me, and she said, well, there's somebody in the bathroom screaming for help, and I didn't want to go in and check it by myself. Will you go with me?
Understandable.
We came back, and as soon as we opened the door, she was coming from under the stall.
So she was crawling out from underneath it?
Yes,
Okay.
and screaming, and she said he...
Okay.
I just crawled from underneath the thing. I asked him if I could put on my glasses, and he said, just stop, so I don't have to knock you out. And he covered my mouth so I couldn't scream, but they heard me. And that's how she came in, and I just told her, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Fine. Don't worry about it.
I have 2 kids, I just want to get back.
And we grabbed her, and we proceeded to run out of the bathroom. I went to the door, and I spotted my manager, and I yelled for help from him.
Okay.
A few seconds later, he came out of the bathroom, and he ran, and I was screaming for somebody to catch him. And he ran straight through here, up the middle of the aisle, and then out the door.
I literally was just coming for dinner. And I told my boyfriend to wait because I had to go to the bathroom.
After he came to the doorway and tried to confront, he to stop him, so we pretty well just back and forth. He got out the door and got left, and then that's when I called 911.
Was he already in there, or he walked in?
He was in there. It was a lady in there with her daughter. And then they left, and I went out to wash my hands, and he took me by my throat and pushed me back into the same stall that I was in and said, be quiet, and nothing happened. And then he said, just started pulling out my pants and took me by the back of my neck and bent me over. There was penetration done. I tried to fight. I broke my nail. My lens is somewhere in there on the floor. I took off my pants. I just asked them not to break my pants.
There's going to be some stuff we've got to do, okay? We're going to take the ambulance up to Memorial Hospital, okay? We're going to check you in anonymously, okay? And we're going to have somebody from the crisis center come talk to you, okay? I know that's really scary, but it is so important, okay? It's the only way we can advocate for you and make sure, the police can do what they need to do, okay? And I know it's really scary and it's really terrible, but it's what we gotta do. Will you go up to Memorial with me? Okay.
Well, he was at the Walgreens, and they said that he had knocked over a sign and that he was circling the building. And so we spoke with him, and he said that he had just accidentally turned around and knocked the sign over, and that he was just circling around because he was coming back to his truck here at the Kroger parking lot, because it was right over by the Ace Hardware that we made contact with him. So I got his information. I told him just to stay out of the area, and he was leaving in a truck. But,
well, Jepson said that he lives in his vehicle.
oh, because he had a Mississippi identification. Did the boyfriend?
We do have two employees here that got it.
The boyfriend was saying that?
Yeah, I'm not sure where he went, though.
He said he was going to call her mom.
Okay.
Okay.
Especially with rape victims, I guess that there's this new thing where you can't prod if they don't want to if they don't want to answer your questions. You can't be like, you gotta tell me. You can't prod. I'm daring to say that it probably was forcible. I don't think it was consensual.
Right.
Ma'am, do you know if there's any of the cameras that are facing this way, just down this aisle, so we could see him entering the bathroom?
Straight
That
ahead
way? Okay.
there, or there's one here.
Okay, I didn't see that one.
A good Samaritan inside the store heard the scream and said it made the hairs stand up on the back of his neck because it wasn't a normal yell. When word reached him of what had happened, he said there was nothing else to do but go out the door after him. He cornered the suspect in the parking lot, drew his firearm, and told him to get on the ground. When the suspect tried to speak, he shut it down immediately. Officers arrived to find the suspect already detained.
Said he was looking at stakes, heard screaming coming from the direction of the bathroom. Turned around, there's a lot of people running towards the way. He goes running out the door. One of the CSMs screams out, "He just..." So a few people, like adults, gave chase. They got winded. This dude's like a retired Marine or something. So he ran him down out over here. Once he ran to the corner right here, he was coming straight at him, coming down from the side of the building, so he drew down on him. Get on the ground. That was that. So I jumped out with my gun out. He drops it, puts his hands up, gets down on his knee, and he points.
This dude.
Well, zip codes. He's in zip ties. His hands are just zip tied. And I was like, well, never mind.
You understand what's going on, right? What the accusations are? Okay. Parking lot jumper. Homeless out of his car.
What is his car at?
With a homeboy.
What'd she say?
There we go. Yeah, he said she came out to wash her hands, and he grabbed her by the neck and pushed her back into the stall. Yeah, she said she crawled from underneath.
Is there cell phone, I'm assuming?
Yeah, and it should be a lens to her glasses in there. She said that she was coming out. She came out to wash her hands from out of this stall, and when she came out, he came in and he choked her and pushed her back into the stall. And so he told her not to say nothing, or he gonna knock her out or whatever. And he told her to take off her clothes.
Did she say where it happened in here?
Oh, she just said in the big stall. That's all she told me.
Okay.
She did say he penetrated her, but she didn't say if he.
How long was he in here? How long were they in here?
I'm not sure. So when you went, was she out of the stall when you went in there? Was she outside the stall when you went in there?
No, when we came in the stall, we heard her saying help, and I said hello, and then she said help a little louder. She started coming from under the stall. The stall was
That's why I
loud.
went, because it's loud. That's why.
Just asked him his living situation, all that stuff, because he is from Mississippi, hopping around from parking lot to parking lot. I've never seen him before.
I'm the one that caught me at.
Oh,
is she all right?
They took her to the hospital.
Okay.
Her condition is like, I'm not sure.
All right. I heard she was early 20s or something like that. All I heard was that girl in the bathroom, and I took off. I didn't ask nothing else. So
the guy was an ex-cop or something?
Ex-Marine, ex-soldier.
All right. I don't know, he got cuffs on him. I'm like,
no, there weren't cuffs. They weren't even zip tie handcuffs.
Oh,
they were just
okay.
like zip ties from like the store, just like thin. They're like wouldn't hold.
Oh wow.
It was like for a loaf of bread or something. I mean, that's all they had. But he did exactly everything right. He held the guy until the cops came there. When the cops came there, he tossed his gun, put his hands up. I got him right here. That's exactly how you should do it.
There's $100 on that. We appreciate what you did.
I appreciate it. I'm not looking for accolades.
I know you're not. Yeah. I know you're not. It was just that was an awesome thing you did.
I appreciate it.
You know.
Yeah.
I wanted to say thanks.
Thank you so much, sir.
The store manager later handed the Good Samaritan a gift card, $100, and thanked him for what he did. He said he just hoped it wouldn't dictate the victim's life from this point on, but it would be up to the courts to make sure of that. The suspect was originally charged with kidnapping and battery. As part of a plea deal, he pleaded guilty to rape alone with the remaining charges dropped. He was sentenced to 25 years in prison in 2023. 2 years after the attack, the victim, who had walked into that store with her boyfriend before a dinner out, never got to see that sentence handed down. She passed away 3 months after the attack. YouTube thinks you'll love the video on the screen. Click to watch now